Welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to OpenRA. Here we have something a little bit retro.
Quite so, Machine, quite so. A bit of a retro day for us, in fact, having watched the StarCraft Brood War ASL final between Flash and C. That was pretty awesome. Enjoyable to watch. Now we're doing some OpenRA. It's very cool.
Yeah, we are indeed. And today we're going to have two players. I actually have no idea who they are, so I don't know if these guys are like super top tier pros or if they're just kind of average chumps. But regardless, it will be OMnom as our Ukraine.
We'll be playing off against our man on the left-hand side, 5 aces. It's going to be our British.
The British, yeah, so I can't remember what they actually get. Do you know what the bonuses are?
No, I can't remember, man. No.
Yeah,
So that's stretching me to the right to
the
the edge
maximum
of
limits.
knowledge, yeah.
Admittedly, we're not that well prepared for this. This is a sponsored video, so thanks to the guys at OpenRA for sponsoring us to do this video. And we haven't played OpenRA in a while, but we've both played a lot of it in our childhood, so we definitely know how Red Alert works. It's a pretty simple concept anyway. And let's see how this looks in a competitive setting. OpenRA does have a few advantages over the base game, a few new mechanics and features and kind of UI improvements, a rebalance of the counter system and things like that. So it's a way to bring back the nostalgia, but in a way that's much more modern, because it's really hard to actually go back and play the original CNC games because they just don't really hold up to modern day standards. And people get so rose-tinted glasses when they romanticize the old games as they are, but like the counter system is just broken. Like all you do is just spam tanks because rocket troops don't do anything. So it's nice to try and make it a bit more compelling in terms of more strategies and such.
Certainly makes it a bit more fun, Machine. I agree there. So yeah, keen to see how players who actually play this game more consistently and does have a bit of a player base actually do this thing.
So this is actually the engineer, and the ranger didn't scout it.
And I think I believe there's an engineer inside of this ranger here as well. Yeah, there we go. Oh, no, yes, denied.
By the APC.
Yeah, nice, that's good play.
Also has a service depot, so he can build the heavy tanks. You need to see the service depot to build those. Ukraine versus Brits, so it's like the Allies versus Soviets.
And I'd say that's probably the idea there as well of having those two early riflemen, is to scout out for that early ranger that's coming through, potentially drop off an engineer. So that was pretty cool. I enjoyed watching that.
Yeah, now the APC trying to hunt down the ranger, but the ranger is far too mobile. Gets him for scouting off. He sees that he's not going like a crazy eco or crazy man spam, whatever the players are looking for scouting wise. We do actually have 2 refineries already, and there was another refinery here finally for 5 aces. So interesting expansion in terms of, we see that 5 aces went for the backwards and the forwards refinery, where it was a double forwards refinery for OMnom. This engineer looking to find something. I don't know if they actually capture in one hit. Oh, the ranger's gonna get him though. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, ranger clears that one up.
Oh,
See.
what? What?
Hey, he gets the gold truck.
A hijacker, or whatever it's called. He just steals that. Oh my god.
I'll take that whole truck, thank you very much.
Like, why destroy your opponent's harvesters when you can capture them? Oh, that's insane. So...
Oopsie doops, yeah, 5 aces takes the time to BM chat, and it turns out to be a little bit of a mistake here, because...
Yeah, so now it's 4 harvesters versus 3. I was gonna say, it seems like for me, having the double forward refinery seems like a better idea, because then you're gonna be depleting your forward ore earlier, which then makes it easier to mine your backwards ore, because then you don't have to worry about getting harassed as much. Where if you're mining from the middle ore, in that mid-game situation, then you're gonna have a bit more vulnerable harvesters.
For sure, Machine, for sure. So certainly, nice advantage here. Ranger's actually going to scout out this APC as well. He knows about this one, probably just going to follow that along. Deal with whatever happens to be carrying.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing here.
Is
another hijacker?
Yeah, he's looking for another. He's not looking for another ore truck here.
If he actually gets this, he's gonna be so mad.
Yeah.
No, he's denied
he
last
got denied.
minute.
Yeah, that was very, very close.
Yeah, nice try there, but with good recovery. And we're going to have some yak planes on the field.
Yeah, nice.
There's actually a lot of infantry, so I believe these yaks will murder them. They're all good versus buildings, and I'm pretty sure they're good versus groups of infantry as well.
Should be pretty nice here. So if they start engaging. So you're not too bad at denying these rangers here as well. See, our man on the left 5 aces is going to be pushing out. Adding on another refinery down the bottom there.
Yeah, we see the MCV.
Yep.
Got that southern refinery, where it's the same actually for OMnom. A little bit later though, but he still has it on the way. Has these 2 yak planes, so let's see how much damage I can get done. We already have some rocket troopers being built, and they do shoot down those yaks pretty fast. And a couple of heavy tanks being mixed in.
See if I can turn some engagements before that machine.
Oh.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yaks denied with extreme speed.
Yeah, I need to try and avoid the anti-air by the looks of it. I didn't realize it get shot down that fast. I guess they're more mobile than things like the helicopters, so you can really use the speed to your advantage.
For sure, machine, for sure. So, because of that open up, we also had OMnom. Here's his radar up. That is running. Nothing yet for 5 aces. Really didn't have enough to invest, having gone for that 2 forward refineries.
Look at this yak. He's like trying to find an angle there. Whoa, he actually crash landed and got a fair bit of infantry, but really wasn't so successful. Got a ranger and that was about it. And we actually have the demolition truck. That's the special unit for Ukraine. And we'll be scouted by the ranger. Some rocket troops as well. Wow, what? Okay, that's very powerful. Jeez.
Yeah, some pretty big damage, machine. And nothing actually covering the middle here from 5 aces. We're going to see a direct push come out here. I'm just going to go straight for these trucks that are mining away. These ore trucks should be denied here.
They took out the
They're tanking the
entire
area.
Southern Army down
Yeah.
here, and now he's going straight for these trucks. Trying to actually crush with them. Not quite able to do so. There's too much infantry, the rocket troops and the heavy tank mixed in.
Really entirely rifle infantry here, so the trucks are actually going to get away from this one, which is nice. However, the mining has been denied in the area.
Yeah, Ranger cutting off the reinforcements. We'll force him to divert his collectors down south. But there's a base could get sniped, the power plant, the construction yard. Doesn't have many defenses, it has a turret.
Yeah, power would actually be a nice snipe here. Machine taking out the power. Radar Dam actually comes back online. I think there was another power added on, probably down the bottom near the other refineries. But taking down the power, we disabled that.
Okay, he's going for the refinery. That's the only refinery nearby, so that'd be very good if he can get it. Okay, actually has an artillery piece. Wow, very effective AoE damage. He needs to try and get the power plant. His tank isn't actually firing at it. If you can get the power plant, it's probably worth the trade there.
Yeah,
the infantry
should be
are very
good.
cheap.
Come on, he can get it. Tank's actually focusing the power plant down. Rocket troops get another shot off there, and it will be denied. Nicely played.
Did he actually steal the truck there?
Must have done. I don't know. Yeah, probably did. Big plays. Still a lot of refineries down the south there. If we look up the north, we see OMnom certainly not lax in his own expansion. MCV's moving around. Does have a couple of the refineries up there as well. Bringing in some more economy.
Yeah, he really has good control of the map here. Gonna be out harvesting. We actually have a sick button we can press. Earned minute. It's actually not that much of a difference. 5 aces actually looks like he's ahead in earned per minute, so that's quite surprising. But either way, definitely better map control, which will translate into better income. The artillery will be sieging down this construction yard very quickly as well here. He has a mobile flak, but that won't help him reverse the artillery. Get gunned down by the Heinz anyway.
So if he's actually going to pack up, he can probably avoid the last couple of shots coming in. Ow! And the Heinz actually managed to find the sniper as well before the rocket troops take it out. Nice.
Yep, nice
Get
play.
those MCVs down is always a positive.
Okay, so he's cleaned up one of the artillery pieces. Okay, now
Barracks
he targets
goes
the
down.
air units. That was his problem earlier, is he didn't retarget the helicopters. Gonna be hard to push through with the flame tower. Definitely needs to get some more artillery on the field.
Flame Tower, a solid choice given the composition that we do see coming out here from 5 aces.
Yeah, it will be a split attack as well. A base up the north with a forward barracks. Going to be sending forward some more infantry, but there's already the artillery in position. I don't see OMnom actually holding this position.
Yeah, absolutely demolishing the units coming out there, and should be pretty easy for them to take out a barracks. Obviously, a pretty nice counter here. We actually see push coming out the bottom, but they're in range of the flame tower there.
Yeah, briefly they were for a moment. There's actually a second one in front of it. The flame tower does have pretty short range, so if you can avoid it, it won't be too effective.
Barracks actually goes down here as well.
And we see finally some medium tanks being mixed in. Looks like Open RA is much less about tanks than what you would normally expect.
There are actually 3 helipads up here for 5 aces. Here's one in the main base and 2 in the main base and 1 down the bottom as well. So a big transition into these Hinds.
This Conyard perhaps going a little bit too deep into enemy territory, getting collapsed upon by a lot of infantry, a bunch of Hinds as well. Yeah, that won't last very long. He tries to pack up and run away.
See you later.
I think he actually sold it there in the end, but that's a costly thing to throw away. Good recovery here by our man 5 aces. He actually wasn't able to take out this northern base. I think he rallied the units down to take out the construction yard, but these MiGs are picking up some of these harvesters.
All trucks starting to fall in the artillery as well. Nice to see counter for counter getting thrown down.
What are these? He's put barbed wire around his rocket troops?
Big strats, man. But beyond me strats.
There's a reason, but I don't know what it is. I mean, all I can think of is like preventing dogs from meleeing them, but that doesn't seem like it's going to happen anyway. So we do have the Iron Curtain. That one's been built. Yep. That will be coming up somewhat soon, I'd imagine. I don't see anything equivalent for 5 aces.
The Douai machine. I think that really stands out. Some of these Hinds being built up now. Still currently 4 or 5 on the field.
I think that was a demolition truck.
Yeah.
And this Hind count is getting a little bit scary. I think they're Hinds.
Yeah, they're Hinds.
Hinds, yeah.
APC's also going to be harassing the war trucks on the left-hand side.
I'm surprised there's no SAM turrets up for OMnom.
It certainly has seen how many Hinds are actually up here, so would make sense, and has seen how many helipads there are as well.
GPS satellite.
Bye-bye, flak.
Yeah, but in small numbers, they just get focused down very quickly by the Hind. We've seen them not be too successful given their small count versus the large amounts of the Hinds. I don't think MiGs can attack an aircraft.
No. I believe so. Just only ground.
Wow. Air units die really fast in this.
Yeah, they do. It's brutal. So they're pretty potent for what they can take out. Like, all trucks take a while to build and not cheap, so.
Like, I guess just in general, the game is very lethal, apart from tanks, but infantry, buildings, artillery, air units, it's not a game about unit preservation. If you're a person that likes to take control of your units and really keep them alive and grow attached to your units, then Open RA is not the game for you. Go play Company of Heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just throwing these infantry at this flame tower. 5 aces clearly not regarding the lives of his men as something important.
Medium tanks not to take that one out, and as well as the fact that with the MiGs down, it actually opens up the artillery option again for the 5 aces here. He can go back into those artillery pieces to take out these buildings if he'd like to.
Yeah, that MCV gets taken out again. One thing actually we haven't mentioned is all Derricks are still alive. They haven't been sniped down by the Hinds, just the infantry. They're pretty far away, so it shouldn't be too hard to deny them. There's a bomb truck! Moving it away from his base. Good positioning there. He didn't blow up his refinery. That could have gone badly if he wasn't able to get that in a better position.
So it's going to be a lot of units going down. There's actually the transition back into artillery here in the north for 5 ace, and it's going to be pretty brutal, especially if he gets onto this infantry, but in particular breaking the camp here, taking down the war factory at the moment.
It's clever going to the war factory because it doesn't matter how much infantry OMnom tries to throw at him. These artillery pieces will ruin him. So yeah, he has 3 barracks, but, you know, ain't mad. Whereas with the war factory, if he gets a heavy tank out, that could actually take out those artillery pieces very fast. Even the rocket, what is it, V1? The rocket artillery that Soviets get?
Yeah, sounds right, yeah.
The V1, something like that. So another forward MCV, the construction yard could be throwing down some forward defenses, some forward barracks perhaps. Actually, no, barracks isn't a word, barracks. Forward barracks. But still, the hind count is growing.
Bit of a bombing run comes down there. Bit of infantry goes down, but none of the artillery pieces here for 5 It's not really a big deal. I don't know what these forward power plants are for. He's kind of floating up a lot of power at this stage. 5 Aces.
Well, can't you only build around your construction yard?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So, mobile construction yard. What was he trying to do here? Trying to set up forwards. Takes a lot of damage down. What? Just cheeky refinery. He throws it down his opponent's base. But there isn't many other ore left on the field. It would be pretty easy to actually hijack that, given how close it is. But yeah, the supplies are getting low, the ore. So fighting over the ore is even more desperate now than it was before.
And MCVs we've seen go down here for OMnom is pretty ridiculous.
Wow.
They just keep getting sniped by these forward ones.
This forward Tanya, right near the base of OMnom. There's actually a phased transport crushing the infantry.
It's doing pretty well. It's a decent amount of crushes here.
How do you reveal that?
His hinds are still alive as well. Sure, to be honest.
Maybe it's like the radar domes or something.
Yeah. We're currently unpowered. So the power plants are being taken out. So.
Phased murdering machine. Runs them all over. Reminds me of this game called Zombie Driver. It's like you're in a zombie apocalypse, you just drive around crushing zombies. It's pretty fun. So, I think this is OMnom getting cleaned up here.
Yeah, I'd say so, Machine.
Unless he's able to get a nice counter attack at the north.
Though too much has been built up here. We really didn't see much use out of the Iron Curtain.
Yeah, I didn't even see it go off if it did.
Yeah. GPS, I didn't see it go off.
Is that the progress bar, the purple thing?
Or like the charge, or yeah, on it, so.
So yeah, maybe you can use it, but there isn't really anything worth using it on. And forward pillbox, another forward refinery. So, mining, it's what, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 mining versus 3. Slight lead to 5 Aces income-wise, which he still has now. Yeah, about 800.
Yeah. Pretty much 3 times the income of OMnom at this stage in the game, so. Oh, he was. Oh, you know, cash, total cash. There's a cash float. Actually,
yeah.
Similar income. I was gonna say that was a bit much
but
extra.
I think it's hard to say because that's like the average of the entire game.
Yeah.
So you can't really look at it late game and be like, how much are they on mining now? But yeah, certainly has a big bank of float as you mentioned. So he's gonna be able to spend that if he just gets more production structures down. Because you build faster the more production structures you have, even though you only build one at a time.
Too much rifle infantry here as well. The hinds can actually clean up. Same as phase transports as well. We'll just shred through. Defense is working out very nicely. For 5 Aces, he's also going to have that GPS satellite available soon, so we'll be able to... though he has a pretty decent idea of what's actually left alive here for...
Yep, GG! OMnom, he couldn't push through all those pillboxes. So that was actually a very exciting game. I liked how we saw the different transitions of the counters. You went artillery, you went air units to counter that, you shoot them down, and you kind of rotate through again. So I think that was quite a nice showcase of OpenRA. So if you want to give OpenRA a go, there is a link below in the description. It does have an online community that you can play with. There's tournaments and things like that happening every now and again. So... yeah, it's a nice little revival of the old classics, and they also have Tiberium Dawn, Dune 2000, and I think they're also working on Tiberium Sun. I've seen screenshots and such. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the cast, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.